All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the BiggDro Show. Now, you might be asking yourself, Brian, where the heck have you been? There haven't been any BiggDro episodes uploaded recently. And that's right. You know, guys, sometimes life happens. I told you last time I had COVID. Then another series of unfortunate instances happen, delaying my ability to deliver. So I apologize, but things have settled down back into my Zen meditative state. That's my Zen meditative state. And now I'm ready to deliver for you guys. But I'm back. I've got the closer setup going because I want to get closer to you guys. And let's just start talking about stuff. R.I.P. Betty White. Really sad that she left us, but hey, guys, she lived to 99. We should all be so lucky. So that's sad that she left us right before 100. But R.I.P. to the great Betty White. Hilarious, kind, talented. Really, what we all aspire to be is an adorable grandma. You know, I want to be an adorable grandma. So Betty White, rest in peace. Okay, so the first topic I'm going to talk about is a reality star who was selling her farts in a jar online. What the internet was created for, huh? When the geniuses in Silicon Valley first came up with the internet, they were like, wow, people are going to be able to start e-commerce stores online. Doctors will be able to perform surgery once we get to 5G from anywhere in the world. Or Stephanie Matto will be able to sell her flatulence in a jar. Stephanie Matto, who became, known for being on the show 90 Day Fiancé, which I'm not going to lie to you guys, okay? I am addicted to this show, all right? I became addicted in the pandemic. I like watching people who have crazier, more effed up lives than my own. It makes me feel better about my own problems. It's like, I can't pay my phone bill this month, but at least I'm not in love with an African man who doesn't really exist and is taking all my money. On the show, people in other countries, sometimes they're catfishing the other people, sometimes they're taking advantage of them, and sometimes it's two people that are really in love and trying to make it work. But you watch the show, great show. Anyways, Stephanie Matto from that show, she's selling her gas in a damn jar. First of all, it says she was hospitalized and had to go to the hospital because she was eating like beans and, things that would cause her to gas up. And I'm just like, sweetheart, just sell the empty jars. Put a little foul spray in there. Do you think anybody's going to know if there's actually a fart in it or not? It's like, and whoever you're selling to is such a creeper anyway. But she was actually farting in the jars, or it was just a publicity stunt to say that she went to the hospital for it. The fact that this made such headlines shows you how sad today's news headlines are. And it's also super annoying. Like, imagine, I started my own e-commerce store doing artwork, putting it on clothes and selling it. It's like thousands of hours worth of work, killing myself to do these artistic designs, and she's just like, that'll be $550. Does anybody want to check out this artwork? My wrist actually hurts. It took me 9 weeks to sculpt. No? Okay, just that'll be $550. Yeah, but if you notice the line weight and the symmetry that I've done on the art piece here, no, $550 in a jar. That's what people are buying. She apparently made $200,000 doing this and then retired. No big deal. $200,000? And apparently these people are like spending $500 a jar. It's like, do I want a PS5 or someone's gas? Do I want a PS5 or the side effect of someone's bowel movement? I mean, the fact that there are men out there buying this, it's just so creepy. Men, stop making our species look so bad. She's like, it's art, just with an F added. How dare you desecrate art like that? It's her fart work. I call it fart. Art with an F in the beginning. Stephanie Matto, what are you doing? Well, I guess you're getting rich, so maybe I should learn a thing. I'm gonna start selling my sneezes in Ziploc bags. Achoo! That'll be $1,000. Achoo! 2 for 1. Achoo! Achoo! I'll give you 2 sneezes for $700. 2 sneezes for $700. Anybody? Going once, going twice. $550. Art with an F. How dare you, Stephanie? And now she's shifting over to the NFT world. And her NFTs are going to sell too. That's the annoying part, you know? There's space for everybody, she quotes. Okay, yeah, there really is space for everybody. Her first batch, okay, of 97, her first batch ended up selling for $500. She sells out instantly, sold her second batch for $1,000, made $200,000. I mean, it's unbelievable. You got people working full-time jobs, 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, to barely make $70,000. She almost tripled that by putting her farts in jars. Who's the guy getting that jar? He's like, Stephanie, yes. Does the smell of the fart stay in the jar? Imagine making your family's name famous from this. Anyways, let's go to our next article, guys. Oh, here's a great story. So there's a company, they're called Carex with a K, okay? They're like, listen, I know care is spelled with a C, but we're hip. We're Carex with a K. And they make condoms. They're the biggest manufacturer of condoms. But apparently condoms aren't selling so well these days, so they got to pivot, and they're going into the medical glove business. You never would think condoms would go out of style, right? But apparently with the pandemic, there's government handouts and hospitals, you know, they're not in need of condoms, and Carex is taking a hit. Nobody Carex is about condoms right now. Everybody's stuck at home alone with their significant others. So, you know. But yeah, they saw a 40% decline in sales over the last 2 years. That's a pretty, no wonder. You know, they're in their offices. They're like, oh my God, our condoms aren't selling. And somebody's like, well, what if we put 5 condoms on our hand and made it a glove? And he's like, yeah, promote that, man. But yeah, hotel and clinic closures are part of the reason for the decline sales. You know, people aren't going out to clubs and nightclub. People aren't dating as much. So the intercourse business is hurting apparently, or the protected intercourse. This headline, COVID lockdowns dented condom demand. Wow, they normally produce 5.5 billion condoms annually, and they operate in 140 countries. Damn, that's a lot of condoms. It says that they're going to move into the booming medical glove business. The guy who leads the company is 3rd generation. So, like, when he was a little kid, his dad was like, listen, son, you're going to be in charge of manufacturing the world's condoms, just as my father was and his father before him. But, Dad, I don't want to manufacture condoms. I want to make gloves. Nonsense with that glove talk. It'll never happen. But he showed his dad, didn't he? So apparently hotels not being in business is what's disrupted their business more than anything. Because, you know, in hotels, you know what happens in the hotels. It says that they will be attending the World's Glove Conference, where all the people in medical gloves get together. Imagine the conversation at that mixer here at the bar. So, gloves, huh? What do you guys specialize in the glove community? Well, we find our gloves are more elastic than most. Ah, really? Yeah, we don't like it when you try to put the glove on and you know it gets caught. Oh, I hate when it gets caught. Get a couple round shots of tequila over here. So tell me more about your gloves. Do you go with a wide finger or a narrow finger? Well, we like a wide 4 fingers, but a slimmer thumb and pinky. And our elasticity is we don't like to be too elastic. It's too much with the stretching. I'd be like, oh my God. Dedicating your life to plastic gloves. What a life, huh? Like what's a day at the office like there? Everybody gather around. Jim, great job on the new plastic glove. I see you tinted it a slightly blue, which is really revolutionary. We've just gone with the white gloves for the last 40 years. So the blue tint, good job. And Deborah, what have you brought to the table, Deborah? And she's like,
well, sir, we've been analyzing medical glove sales from all across the globe, and we find that the blue tint is going to help, but we also we have a revolutionary new process on we have a revolutionary new process on creating the finger tubes. We've been using a machine that's got a cylindrical device, and now it's more spherical than cylindrical, which is going to give our finger tubes much more of an advantage over the competition. Woo!
Great work, Deborah. Great work. We've got the finger tubes. We've got the tinted blue. Mike, what the hell have you been doing with your time? He's like, oh man. He's like, boss, I don't know. We've got the elasticity. We've got the tinted blue. We've got the finger tubes. I don't know what to contribute to the team. You're fired, Mike. Get the hell out of here. I don't know, guys. Carex, okay? Go buy some condoms so Carex doesn't have to go bankrupt. What's our next topic? Okay, so this is a headline. Cannabis compounds prevented COVID infection in lab study. Is there anything cannabis cannot do? I mean, one day we're going to read a headline. Cannabis sending men to Mars for the first time. I just feel like every time I turn around, cannabis, it helps fight cancer. It helps you fall asleep. It helps with depression. It helps you get off opioids. And now it helps get rid of COVID. The two compounds commonly found in hemp called cannabigerolic acid, or CBGA, excuse me, and cannabidiolic acid, or CBDA, were identified during a chemical screening effort as having potential to combat coronavirus. Imagine getting COVID, you're like in the hospital on an intubator, and you're just like, get this tube out of here. So the cannabis compounds prevent the virus that causes COVID-19 from penetrating healthy human cells. I feel like those cells are just like talking to the COVID inside of your body, like, bro, just chill with this virus, bro. Just chill out and watch a movie and eat some Cheetos, bro. And COVID's like, okay, let's chill. I'm going to get out of here. Cannabis, it's like the most magical thing ever, you know? Who would have ever known that Puff the Magic Dragon, it really is a magic dragon. Not only will it make you giggle and love snacks, but might protect you from COVID. So, okay, guys. So this next one, it's about a guy who was the head of a company called Quadriga, which was a cryptocurrency. But apparently the guy in charge, Gerald Cotton, nice shot, Cotton. Anybody? Dodgeball, Jason Bateman. Anyways, this guy was 30 years old, became a multimillionaire with this company, but apparently it was just a big Ponzi scheme. So he passes away tragically on vacation. His wife, all of a sudden starts to realize her husband was in charge of some fraudulent stuff. It was basically a big Ponzi scheme, and they owe like $215 million or something. Imagine dealing with the tragedy of the death of your spouse, and then on top of that, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you owe $200 million. So the Ontario Securities Commission, they said that Quadriga collectively lost $200 million in a Ponzi scheme. I remember the first time I was introduced to a Ponzi scheme, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be famous. And my parents were not famous. I was like, I'm going to be rich. And my parents were like, that's what's called the Ponzi scheme. And I'm like, you're just jealous because I'm going to make hundreds of millions of dollars. I was so mad that they were like, yeah, that's not a real thing. I'm like, yes, it is. I'm going to show you. It was totally a Ponzi scheme. So the story is behind a paywall, so I don't know much more other than that. I wonder, like, if your spouse is in charge of something like that, like, are you held accountable at all? Because I'd be like, they're like, hey, we need to talk to you about this $200 million. Like, sorry, I'm grieving for the next all of my life. We need to talk to you about this $215 million that you owe. Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. And by the way, I'm moving to Colombia. I just love their coffee. Total coincidence. So, but I don't know. Crypto guys, I can't keep up with crypto. Every time you turn around, there's a new coin. I do still have some Doge, but not really excited about my Doge like I used to be. I don't know if it's going to work out. Oh, yeah. Then this article, what not to do if you're addicted to your phone. I don't know. Without even reading the article, maybe look at your phone more all day. Articles like this are so common sense and stupid. It's like, have you ever seen an article that's like, drinking tons of alcohol could lead to intoxication? No duh, article. The article says, if you're the type of person that looks at your phone when you want and for how long you want, that's okay. Thanks, article. Is it also okay to not do drugs and breathe air? It's like if you're just reacting to the notifications on your phone and doing the same things over and over and over again, then that's not good. Thanks, article. Is it also bad to smoke cigarettes and commit murder? We're all addicted to our phones. It says the average person is on their phone for roughly 5 hours a day. I'm sad to say I think it's more than that for me. I'm definitely, I try really hard to not have my phone be the boss of me. Like when I get notifications, I'm like, no phone, you'll have to wait till later, okay? I'm just kidding, phone. What was it? Okay, yeah. Or I hate when it's an app, like a dating app, and you get a notification. You're like, oh, yay. And then it's like, check out this new feature. You can now upload your voice. And you're like, what the hell, app? I thought I had a match. Twitter does that. You used to get like a little notification when someone would like a tweet of yours. Now they're just letting you know someone tweeted. It's like, hey, app, relax, okay? But we're addicted to our phones. We're addicted to our apps. My one buddy was addicted to using Tinder. He had to start wearing a condom on his thumb. It was really bad. But yeah, we're addicted to our phones. We got to get off our phones more. I don't know. I'm going to start selling my farts in a jar, guys. That's what I'm going to use my phone for, my new e-commerce store. Anybody? Gas? Anybody? $500? No? $400? Huh? $300 sold. The gentleman with the pedophile goatee. Guys, like I said, though, I'm back. BiggDro Show. Sorry for the delay. More to come really soon. Stay tuned. Peace.